chair of committees, and most especially members of committees and the Committee on Awards, Dinner and Awards. It has been a learning curve for us, all of us, but I want to appreciate all of you, particularly my committee members who supported me from day one. I've had to send in an appreciation letter, which is not conclusive by any way, but the spur of the moment made it imperative for me to write something out, because and what I wrote was from the core of my heart. The synergy at which we worked made things so easy. And I dare say that this is the way to go. There were no discrepancies. People didn't feel anyhow. We all worked from one page. And so I want to thank you so immensely. Before I go any further, I'd also want to appreciate you on behalf of my husband and myself for celebrating us on a global stage. We are a very private couple, but you brought us on a global stage. And with the conspiracy of my vice chair, Mr. President, vice president, and other members, my prayer for you is that the love that I enjoy in my marriage would be what all of you will enjoy in yours, in Jesus' mighty name.
Amen.
I pray for the love that Christians would say agape love, unconditional love, will also continue to be the portion or the bedrock of your homes in Jesus' mighty name.
Amen.
I haven't prayed before. I'm now called Pastor Mujima Konjola. I would now say that we have a draft. We have a draft report already, which we can share with you. We are still trying to edit and put it together, sir, Mr. Chair. If you would please permit, if you want us to share the draft, as it were, Fatih, our dynamic secretary, will do that. But please, if you want us to fine-tune, we'll fine-tune and you will get it, God willing, tomorrow. It's been a long, long week shortly after our event. I've had a lot of events lined up, and so we and some of the events which I had to be part of is that of NIPR, which I'm proudly to have been asked on to continue to work. But I'd just like to ask that please, because of my travel plans, which I said was postponed because of the awards and colloquium and all the activities lined up for the 27th of June, I've been running helter-skelter all day to ensure that I have finished assignments which will now enable me to travel on Wednesday. However, if I'm permitted, and I'm going to one of such meetings as soon as I leave us, if I'm permitted, we have a draft that we can share, but going forward, we want to make it as robust as possible so that we are true to ourselves, point out the gaps so that we close those gaps going forward in any of our activities. On behalf of the committee, I want to thank you immensely for giving us an opportunity to serve. We served unconditionally. There are issues that we need to still discuss, which is also about payment of fees, which we did on our own to ensure that we had a wonderful evening. But more than anything else, we want to thank God Almighty for making it a huge success. Everybody has called me. Even my son in faraway Australia has called to say that he stumbled to some of the snippets of the evening and that he's very proud of all of us, what we are able to do. So I'm proud, very proud, to be a member and hopefully to rise in rank of the NIPR. We all have done very well. Let's, looking back, I think the success outweighs any of the gaps that occurred. So I want to thank you very much, sirs and Maz, and pray that we will continue to keep on keeping as we look forward to greater heights, which which has been the yardstick of this dynamic administration led by our president, Dr. Iki Neliaku. And to our chairman, thank you very much. You brought the classroom to NIPR. It worked very well. It was a learning experience. May the good Lord continue to bless our work and continue to raise the bar of NIPR higher in this country. Thank you, sir. I so submit.
Thank you so much, Madam Chair, Dinner and Awards Committee. We sincerely appreciate the enormous work we did. You literally couldn't sleep. You were wondering where we'll get the money. You were also thinking how we can get the content. We thank God that it went well, and you sacrifice your holiday for that event. And we pray that as you now want to return to the holiday, God will take you there safely and bring you back safely. We may not, there's no hurry to share you may not share your report now since it's not ready. We can wait till tomorrow. But
okay, sir.
Maybe before you, either before you go, as you go, if there are highlights, you can authorize somebody to give us highlights so that
okay, sir.
If we have to consider them alongside other issues that will come from other subcommittees, we can take that decision. It's also important that we identify those hanging areas. The student, theirs is hanging. We need to have what to do, but we can discuss that tomorrow. Thank you very much.
Sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, our dynamic secretary, sir, has the draft with her, which listening to the meeting would be able to speak to it. My vice chair, I tried to speak to her today, but she was busy in meetings. So, but we have, a few things which we can bring up if you want, but definitely we'll get back to you, sir, on tomorrow, God willing.
Okay. Let me also welcome our, I say it's deputy chairman, so that we know that there's only one deputy here. Our dear award-winning YBO, you're welcome, sir. We will co-chair the meeting together, as usual.
Good evening.
Yes, sir.
Good evening, my chairman and vice president. Good evening, everybody. Sorry, I'm joining late. I'm just driving in from work. So my apologies.
Thank you for joining at least. We appreciate it, sir. So you feel free to intervene at any point. YBO, we are co-chairing, please.
Okay, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, my vice. All right.
So,
good evening, YBO.
Auntie, I joined the chairman in hailing you. I joined the indefatigable work you did. Fantastic, great work.
Thank you so much. God bless you.
But you know the punishment for the reward for great work.
I'm not listening to YBO, please. I'm not listening
you know the reward for good work is more work.
Thank you so much. Before I go off, I think
NPRW is waiting for you.
I know. Please, I'd just like to mention here that our young brother deserves, outside the blessings that God will shower on him,
Yes.
also deserves a special place for the success that you recorded. I'm talking about Dr. Tokwe.
Certainly.
Tokwe, we know that, yes, Tokwe, we know that was bereaved just before we started,
Yes.
but he put the grief behind him and
Yes.
gave us the best of him.
And
On behalf
the
of
head
the
of the
committee
family,
members,
actually.
yes, yes, I want to immensely appreciate him for all that he did. And again, before I take my leave, please, outside all my team members who did so well, I'd like to recognize Tosin Dokwemu. Sorry,
Yes.
Tosin Dokwesi.
Yes.
Yes, who, in spite of everything, volunteered to be part of the MC.
Yeah.
Just to give flavor to what we did. I want to thank her if she's here, or to extend that to her. I also want to put on ground Claire of NTA.
Yes.
She became the bouncer.
Yes.
So at the point, I was like praying that God, don't let them bounce her off. But know,
I agree. She was at the
she
gate.
did so good.
Yes. Yes.
She was at the gate.
Yes.
She was at the gate, and she kept that gate on. And a little conspiracy here and there gave us that wonderful thing that we brought as value on during the colloquium, during
Yes.
the opening ceremony, where we sang the women's anthem and all that.
Yeah.
That was part of the push she gave. So overall, I want to appreciate everyone. My VC is the best in the world. I mean, if you have a vice chair like Mariam, just go to bed.
Yes.
And then things will get done. And I also want to appreciate who now? I want to with Fatih, please. Fatih needs a holiday.
Yes.
She was there throughout. Come rain, come shine. She was able, to document issues, remind us about where to go or what next to do. And yet she came on looking so wonderful the morning and the evening of the event. Thank you so much. A lot of people just say thank you to.
Yes.
But like I said earlier, our thanks goes to God, who made it possible and seamless for us. Thank you so very much.
Thank you. Thank you so much, man. Thank you. We can't stop
So
thanking you and all our members enough. Please go ahead and join your next meeting.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Good night. Good night, everyone. God bless you.
Yes, sir. Yes. So, Madam Fatih, are there highlights you want to give from that report?
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, ma'am.
My chairman has said she has given virtually what I wanted to say, but it's just the challenges that would have discussed. Successes were enormous, but the challenges were really not quite much, but there were those kinds, but they were. And I don't know. Among the challenges that we had was the venue. The venue was quite small for the turnout of guests on that day. And we didn't have adequate security. Just as she said, Claire, at some point, I had to leave Claire at the door to do the bouncing so that I can go do other things. Some of our guests, our revered guests, were standing on the aisle, no seats. The sitting arrangement was poorly done, no seats for them. And then the dinner was quite late. There were some people that were early eaters, so they couldn't eat at that time. The dinner was served around 10:30 p.m. and it was rather late. Maybe we should put those into consideration whenever we are planning events again. And our recommendations again is, if we are to have events of such magnitude, dinner should stand alone. Awards should stand alone, so that we know if we are coming in for dinner, we are coming to enjoy ourselves, listen to cool music and have fun. Then if we are going to have an award ceremony, we decide that the whole day will be, the whole time will be dedicated to awards.
Okay.
Be that as it may, that's all. Just little snippets of the challenges, especially security and protocol. It was poorly managed, sir. So I think going on, we would try.
All right, thank you so much, Mrs. Abaji. Points that are very accurate because they address issues that we all noticed in the course of the event. Thank you so much indeed. We'll look forward to receiving the full report from your subcommittee. So let's
Yes, sir. By tomorrow, sir.
All right, thank you. YBO, anything on that?
Thank you, sir.
Yes, I think all the points that were raised by her, I agree. Maybe because we underestimated what the turnout would be. There were quite a number of awards, and therefore everything she said, the sitting arrangement, I think perhaps we got away with this being maybe a major kind of outing at that level in Abuja. Subsequently, we need to do a lot more to make sure in the sitting arrangement, because when people came, they were unable to, it didn't speak well for us. And I'm sure that probably we have a number of people who are quite upset, but, maybe manage. So I agree with, on that report, I agree. We need to be able to do it better. Perhaps because we felt many people would not show up, we invited a lot of people, and eventually we underestimated the response to it.
Thank you so much, sir.
Yeah. Well, my own would be that every challenge is an opportunity. Will it be out of place? I don't know where, if we had found a place that can even be bigger than that Transcorp. As an investment, don't think, because we have a place in Lagos which is called the Harbor Point, and that's where all the big events happen in terms of socials, and they're booked throughout. I can't imagine the amount of money is run by a friend of mine, but that's another story for another day.
Yes, actually, come to think of it, if we had taken this day dome, it wouldn't have been too big after all. Auntie Claire, we were celebrating your absence as our award-winning bouncer. Welcome, ma.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. I'm sorry. Kitchen beckons. I just left the kitchen. Thank you, sir.
Okay. So thank you. Yeah, so, okay, let's move on to the colloquium committee. Elder Sajo. Dr. Sajo, sir.
Okay, thank you very much, Chair. I think for us, we really have, we've written a report, we've shared the report, and the only highlights of the report that I may, raise here are some of the observations that were made and some of our recommendations. Because we had an elaborate plan to also evaluate the process, and at the end of the day, the major concern was that we had a colloquium in which the audience were not allowed to interact with the speakers, and we want to really appeal that should there be a reason to hold such a colloquium in the future, we must create room for the audience to also interact with the speakers. Otherwise, the perception of the people to the colloquium, and the speakers were wonderful, wonderful. We interacted with them while we were there. We shared forms with them to tell us their opinions. And people were very, very appreciative of what we have done. And to the extent that a lot of them said the colloquium should be an annual event on our calendar. And that a lot of people were appreciative of the fact that ministers of information came together and were able to get 5 of them there. And they're insisting that NIPR should say, look, in the future, anybody who is not a PR practitioner should not be a minister of information. Just like lawyers will insist that Attorney General must be, and now doctors are insisting that health workers, the Minister of Health is insisting that it should be doctors. I think we need to have PR people there because, of course, we've seen a different method of information management. And the Pan-African nature of the event was also very much commended, and people from all over believe that we brought the globe and we brought Africa to an event here in Abuja, and that they were very appreciative. And I think these are some of the things that came out very, very clearly from the colloquium. And a lot of people appreciated Malise's insistence on gender mainstreaming and financial inclusion. And there are people who commended the students for their song, the rendition of the song, and there were people who commended the women for that women anthem. It was an ad hoc thing within the whole setup, the opening ceremony, but it had a huge impact. People appreciated that women anthem thing, and the fact that NIPR is spearheading gender mainstreaming and lending a voice to gender mainstreaming was really appreciated across board. Well, my only appeal to the main committee is that if it's possible, a token should be given to the rapporteurs who sat down and took a record of everything that was happening there, from the opening ceremony right through to the colloquium. And finally, I want to appreciate every member of my committee. I don't know if I say I will mention names. I think I would. I may not do justice to it. But every member of that committee really contributed, and we are also very appreciative of the support of the media committee and the creative committee. They also did wonderfully. They supported us wonderfully beyond our own expectations. And the chapter relations committee, just helped us reach out to all the chapters. And I would also want to appreciate the president and the vice president for taking me to Arise TV unprepared. I just hope that I did not in any way, perform below expectations. I have always been ready to do whatever I'm asked to do. And when I was called to go to Arise, I really went, and I guess the media committee also got a clip of it, and it went viral. Let me join the vice president and chairman of the main committee to say, I went to Adamawa. At the time this thing was happening, at the time the colloquium and everything, the planning and the event was taking place, there was somebody blocked a gutter in my estate in Yola, and there was flooding, and my walls went down. I was really in a situation where my family was in distress in Yola, but I did not allow it to distract me. So immediately after, I had to rush home to take care of that. But when I got to Yola, practically, everybody I have met had seen one aspect of the program or the other, and they were highly, highly appreciative. And we feel very proud to be members of NIPR. Even my members of NIPR in Yola were very proud of what people say about the whole program. In effect, I really want to say that we are very, very grateful. And like I said, if I want to mention names of members of my committee, but I think I can single out Council Member Badejo. She was on and on and on all the times, trying to make sure. And also my vice, Nkechi Ali Balogun, she also is in Lagos, but every minute, every second, she's always on. And there are other members, Ara was always with us, Dr. Olajowun, Sadiq. Those ones were always available whenever needed. And I think that's the kind of spirit that would move the NIPR forward. Mr. Chairman, sir, and members, we're really very grateful for this opportunity to contribute our own quota to the success of the NIPR. Again, every error that was made in the process of planning and execution, we take responsibility. It's a learning process. We have learned a lot from it, and I hope that at least even if we are not called upon to do something like this in the future, we would be able to share experiences with the people that will do it so that the errors will be eliminated. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Dr. Ahmad Sajo, Fellow of the Institute. You did not just lead the committee on colloquium, you thought it necessary to reduce the challenge of logistics that we would face in the course of planning this program. You got your bus, brand new bus, you got a driver, you fueled it, and donated it to the secretariat. And even when we wanted to fuel it, your driver refused. That is under instruction not to accept any form of support from the Institute. We also know the challenges you went through at home, yet you still remain here to see to the end of the event. We can certainly not say enough to show how much we appreciate the sacrifices you have been demonstrating. Thank you very much for the leadership you have provided and you continue to provide. We thank your committee for the immense work you did. You have mentioned all your members. I do know that you had very, very strong, two strong women on both sides of your right and left, and they prepared you to victory, as it were. YBO, you want to come in at this point for a colloquium committee, sir? Thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Mr. Chair. Again, I'd like to celebrate you, sir. Great work. We are navigating a course that we had never taken before. Yes, we had done stuff, but I'm not sure at that magnitude and with so much eyeballs on us. So I commend you and I commend your members of the committee. One of the things that this colloquium as a whole has done, it unified NIPR members. I've never seen it before. Well, in my own history of NIPR, it's been a long time that we all, with a common voice, decided to pursue a goal and agenda the way this was. And the colloquium was a great part of it. So I want to thank you. I want to thank your members. Fantastic work that you did. My advice, again, would be perhaps we're guilty of something we do often, which is we want to do so many things in one program. And maybe that's why like for instance, the opportunity for people to have made contributions did not come in. Because if we had asked people to speak, that would probably be another 1 hour. But on the whole, great work, sir. Very great work, Prof. Very great work.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, Wabio. Coming from you, I feel on top of the world. Thank you very much.
So let me give room for other members of the House to say a few things about the colloquium and the report from the committee.
Well, Good evening, Mr. Chairman.
We'll take you and take Professor Luahas. Go ahead.
Colleagues, thank you so much for the commendations. I'd like to say that the colloquium was really an opportunity for us to learn a lot and then to tell the world that NIPR has indeed come a long way and that we have a lot to offer the world globally. I like the way our panelists, it was brilliant. The moderator was also very good, Oyewole, and YBO, in his usual manner, wowed everybody with his contribution and so many others. I think the colloquium, even me, I had calls from all over commending our performance. Like everybody said, that aspect of not being able to have an interactive session was a bit of a minus, but then we have learned from that. Next time we'll try to avoid that and make sure that it doesn't happen. And the questionnaire also helped us. We gave questionnaire at the beginning and at the end for feedback. That it's embedded in the reports. I would like to thank our chairman. Dr. Nelia for their.
Thank you so much, fellow Olubunmi Badejo, council member. We are grateful. Professor Luahas, please. Professor Luahas, and then Akirogu Alaba Yusuf.
We need to get most of those materials, pictures, and all those things for the exhibition, which I was told, the chairman said, okay.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
That's all I I thank our members, the chairman, and everybody for their support. Thank you, and God bless you all. Proudly, Public Relations.
Actually, boldly.
Boldly.
Thank you.
Sorry, boldly, and I love to also say proudly. I'm proud to be part of NIPR. Boldly,
all right,
Public
thank you
Relations.
so much, ma'am. Thank you. Professor Luahas and Akirogu, please, let's use not more than 2 minutes to speak. Thank you.
Good evening, Vice President and Chairman of the Diamond Jubilee, the Vice Chair, my fellow colleagues. Just to say that listening to everybody is like trying to repeat what has been said. And the fact is that the event turned out exceptionally well. In fact, I dropped a chat there and I said superb outing when I was watching on my way to Abuja, the colloquium, which I was unable to attend in person at that time, because looking at the caliber of people that were invited to speak, it actually does speak about the values we represent as an institute. So really, the event is one that I could say not only deeply personal, because we met new people that we didn't meet before, and so affinity was created, but it was an extraordinary moment of our history. And so I must, and indeed will commend the efforts that has been put in by the different committees to ensure that the name NIPR went out beyond the shores of this country. When Auntie Moji was speaking, what struck me is the fact that for this council in place, I've realized that for every event we set out, we planned and set out and did, it turned out to be very, very successful. That speaks about the quality and the competence that has been brought together to form the different committees that were assigned to do one thing or the other. And I think that it won't be out of place, really, for the Institute to look inwards and take some time, no matter what faith you belong to say that it's a moment to just thank God, appreciate God. Everybody went back to his station. I haven't heard of anyone who is involved in any mishap or suffered any health challenge. So for the fact that for everything we set out to do, it turned out to be very successful. God is seeing us through and ensuring that we're making the kind of mark in the minds of Nigerians and the capacity and the quality of what we want to present to the world as being the objective of NIPR is beginning to sink into the minds and is resonating everywhere in the nation. So I believe that it's a moment to also be reflective. It's a measured progress, a positive one, and we should actually thank God, take some time. And I believe that if council would consider, or if this committee can suggest, let's create some time and just seek God and thank him for the opportunities he has given us to serve Nigerians in this way. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Council Member Professor Loaz. Yes, Akirogu.
Mr. Chairman, I won't be thanking you, but I salute you, seriously, and every other person. They say population is present where it is absent. So I'm not going to be showering and coming on us because we're expected to do, because we're supposed to be perfect, excellent, and professional. Therefore, there shouldn't be any perfection in us, but no man is infallible. In my place, I think where you understand this, that a deity which you don't take young people to go and appease will die. We'll go into a station because the old people will die. There was a particular incident that happened. And it has to do with the issue of protocol and maybe planning. Some of the young ones that paid 100,000 for the colloquium, and they came for the dinner, they didn't have, what do you call it, the brochure. And one particular lady behind me was making so much effort and actually shouting, "Is it what we paid 100,000 for?" I didn't have a copy. Even some of our members who had, I said they should volunteer their own and give. I was surprised that they refused to do so. This girl walked away in annoyance. And some people that also paid did not get food to eat. So it just, like we're saying, it's a learning curve. But overall, I won't say we're wonderful, but we're three daffles. We're 10 daffles. So congratulations to everyone. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Akirogu. I wish you know the young lady who couldn't get a program. I have a copy for her. And
I reported to Abaji, and Mercy was with us. Abaji made the effort to get her one, but they couldn't get. There was this young guy from the what do you call it now? From the secretariat with big beard like this. He was following the president of Justin Green.
Okay.
He had a copy. I told him to give. He refused.
Okay.
Yeah, one young man has beard. He followed us to me. I remember his name. Yes.
Okay. Yeah, no problem. We really should help to apologize to as many members and guests that were offended that way. And as much as there are remedies you think we can offer, please feel free to let me know. I'll be happy to lead the way in that regard. We thank you for being part of this whole exercise. You have always availed us of your talents, energies, whether it is courtesy calls or even to brainstorm physically. You're always there. Thank you so much indeed. Yeah,
You're most welcome.
Yes, that should be the last comment on the colloquium. Let's move on to the next committee. And I don't know which chairman is here now. Media relations, sorry, which committee? Media relations, is the vice chairman here? Okay.
No, sir, the vice chairman is not here.
Okay. Which committee do we have the chair or vice chair? We don't also have any member from the creative services. Okay, let me congratulate the chapters that made the Diamond Anniversary to be truly a national event. No matter how good our efforts were at the center, if activities did not hold in the various chapters, people wouldn't have felt the impact as much. The activities at the chapters were an index of what people look up to with respect to the Thursday events. So I thank every chapter that participated, whether you won an award or not. But we tried as much as possible to be as fair as we could be in ensuring that we recognize every chapter. I want to demonstrate my excitement, particularly for chapters like Niger, that I can see that they are still extending the euphoria of the Thursday event and the induction we had on the 20th before the colloquium to Mina. I saw pictures you posted just this evening where you took your award to General IBB. You also took the certificate of the son and did a presentation, and you have given us very good pictures. Let me say that I spoke to Mohammed IBB 2 days ago to remind him that he should be part of the event of 11th. And he confirmed he will make it. So Chairman Niger, please follow up with him. The induction of media executives that we couldn't induct on the 20th, we hold on the 11th at Sandralia Hotel by 10 in the morning this Thursday. Mohammed is to give goodwill message on behalf of our first grand patron, General IBB, at that event. So if you could help us follow up with him, that would be helpful. I promise him I'll send him a text. I will do that tomorrow morning. So let me allow chapters that may want to use 2 minutes to brief us of what happened after Thursday in their chapters, in case we do not yet have that in the report. There is Cross River, there's Kwara, there's Niger, there is Bauchi, there's Niger, Cross River.
Mr. Chair,
yes.
Mr. President, sir, Vice President, sir.
We'll take Niger, Cross River, then Bauchi, 2 minutes. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank you. Good evening, colleagues and everyone. Well, we are honored in Niger for the part that we took. We're more like we already cast historically to do that we had to do. It was our modest contribution, and of course the flag, more like the flagship of the anniversary. And we are able now to have taken it full circle to have returned the award to His Excellency General Ibrahim Babangida, and who was very elated this evening to have received what we did and what we got. And he's promised to give us all the support. And we also promised to do all that we continue to lift the name, the glory, the profession, and the standard that we have attained in NIPR. We really felt like we have really done a very long jump of sort to be able to have attained that level of professionalism and staging an event. So we will continue to do our best. We thank those who were here, and we want to appreciate all that the committee had done to make it possible, all the support that we got to make it possible, and for the 60th Diamond anniversary to be what it had been. And there can never be a better one. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. Cross River.
Thank you, the chairman of the Diamond Committee. Cross River, everybody was highly elated. Everybody was happy for us to have won the best in program variety. And we are hoping that we're having our meeting on Thursday. The award will be formally presented to our Commissioner for Information, who is also a member, but unfortunately was in Lagos for another official engagement that could not come to Abuja. My members, my fellows, and all elders of the chapter are very, very happy with what transpired in Abuja. Unfortunately, they could not make it due to financial challenges. They have also asked me to also step to Mr. President and the Vice Chairman, which is you, that two of our distinguished fellows who have held positions as members of Governing Council in the past and performed well were not recognized. They asked me what happened. I couldn't even know the reason to give. I'm referring to Obongawa and Princess Obo Mesembe Edet, FNIPR, who was a member of council from 2005 to 2007, then 2007 to 2009. Then Chief Akinrike, who also was in council and was also able to sponsor single-handedly the hosting of a retreat for council members, chapter chairmen, and secretaries in Calabar for 3 days. So we were surprised that their names were not mentioned anywhere. So I don't know what criteria. They asked that I should make a case and to find out why they were not considered. On the whole, everything went well, and we are very happy with what happened. We hope that the celebration will continue far till the end of this year. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, Cross River. I can assure you that we are aware of everybody's contribution, particularly the two that you mentioned. There are many more members of the Institute that have made contributions. We couldn't have carried everybody in this process. There are still opportunities for us to recognize contributions by individuals. So it's not an issue of what happened, why were they not recognized. We do recognize them. I've had the privilege to serve in council with Akin Ricketts, and I know very well his contributions. So let them know we still appreciate them. And they are not the only ones that have not been recognized. Quite a number of us also here are still waiting for God's opportunity for us to be recognized. So it is not to say that their contributions are not valued. So let them know that, and that we still count on their continuous support, both at the chapter and the national level. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
Bauchi.
Good evening, Your Excellency, the Vice President and Chairman of Council, Chairman Diamond Advisory. My greetings goes to all members of this committee, from the Vice Chairman to the workaholic and excellent Secretary. I want to report that Bauchi, we are all jubilating, especially when Bauchi's name has been calling, particularly from late Mohammed Ahmed Abdullahi, the fellow Kabir Garba Aminu, and all those that have received the awards from the National Secretariat. We say thank you so much. Only one person that has not been communicated, which he did been that we just saw his name in the program, but then colloquium has started. There was no flight for him to come to Abuja. but I believe he will come down to collect his award. We say thank you. So part of the activities, because Bauchi, we were mandated to coordinate some states in the Northeast, especially Borno, Gombe, Yobe, and the Bauchi. So, sir, we have done some part of the activities we earmarked in Bauchi, but we still feel that possibly we may invite you and other members of council to Bauchi to continue, because thank God in your speech, opening speech, you said these activities will last to the end of this year, because Diamond Anniversary cannot just limited to the date when we have the
It
grand
will last till June 1, 2025.
June 1, thank God, sir. That's very, very good. So there are some aspects that we felt that we have to do it. That's 60 donations and gift to hospital and orphanages. So after this meeting, I have a private discussions with you, because we have some of the people that we have knocked their doors. They are willing to assist, but they say they have to get a national endorsement, because all that we have written, we have said we have the directives of the national to undertake the Diamond Anniversary, from road work, tree planting, and the other activities that we felt. But one of the agencies that is willing to support us, but he thought that, yes, it is only Bauchi that has planned that. We don't have the national endorsement. I will engage you, sir, on it, and I will vividly explain to you and how we will come in. So we have a plan, by God's grace, to engage. We will have meeting on Thursday too, where we will take our award to the Emir and possibly His Excellency, now that he has returned, and to discuss with his official on how best His Excellency will either come to Abuja, or will invite the council, or he will invite the council to come to Bauchi and receive his award, which he was not there on ground. He was in Mecca for the pilgrim. So thank you so much, sir. The appreciations of Bauchi chapter, which will communicate it back to you directly, should be on Thursday, because what we have is when they saw us on the live television. And thank God we came with many contingents from Bauchi who have registered for the last colloquium. Some has even collected their certificates. All of them have collected their certificates. We are indeed very grateful for the dispatch of the colloquium and MCPD certificate that happens. So thank you so much, sir. And we'll keep update you, and especially you will be the one to come and report what you have seen in Bauchi when we were able to get the approval of our anticipated donor, who promised to take care of other activities that we have lined up. Thank you so much, Mr. Chairman of this honorable committee and members.
Thank you, Chairman Bauchi. We support you fully in the events you have lined up to sustain the celebration. You are in order and right on track with respect to the charity visits. It is part of our official program. We will give you all the support you require. We want to thank Bauchi for the mentorship you are providing to ensure that the chapters that are weak in the Northeast are supported to become strong. We really will continue to work with you to ensure that we restore the Northeast as one of the leading zones in the chapters we have in the Institute. Thank you so much indeed.
Sir, one point, sir. Yes. I was in Secretariat on Friday. The Commissioner Borno State of Information, who attended the last workshop on spokesperson workshop. So the Director Public Relations of the Institute actually assisted. I signed his certificate, and it is now in Borno State. They are looking for audience for the commissioner, who we have been looking to see with the few members of Borno. Now, when I came in, at least there are 3. Now we have about 32 members from Borno who are now registered. So we want to pay a visit to him From there, we will now take up the discussions on how we will invite the national leadership for Borno's first AGM during this period, so that to see how best we will have a strong chapter. So as soon as they establish contact with the commissioner, already the certificate now in Borno, they want me, myself, and the fellow Kabiru Garba Aminu, chairman establishments of the institute, and the council, Kabir Ali Kobi, to travel to Borno, so that to visit with members of Borno to visit the commissioner and inform him more about NIPR and the process of bringing more members from his ministry and others that are willing to be part of it. Then we now present the certificate of his workshop that he attended on behalf of the national leadership. Thank you, sir.
I trust you. I trust the two Kabirus, the chairman of our establishment committee, as well as council member Kobi, for the signage. The three of you have, you are still chapter chair. The other two gentlemen were also past chairman of the chapter. And each time I see the three of you synergizing, it's very exciting. And there are always positive results that come from that kind of collaboration. Thank you very much indeed. I wish you safe journey to Borno and back. We are happy to join you at any time to re-inaugurate the chapter. Well, I'm also happy to speak with the commissioner if you think it will be helpful when you get to Borno on phone. That is something I can do regardless of the time. Thank you so much, sir. YBO, you want to come in at this point to say something to the chapters, and then we will quickly begin to wind down if there are no other chairmen of committees in the house.
Mr. Chairman, just like you said it, I think the chapters were very good. I've been in NIPR for a while, and I've not seen this level of unification and all of us mustering to a common purpose, just like I said before. So again, let me lend my voice to yours in thanking all the chapter chairmen. I know some more would have loved to come. What I would only encourage is that what has been done at the national level, let's replicate it at the chapter level. The chairman is available. He said so. And even if you let me know also, anywhere I'm invited, I will be happy to be part of the team. Let's take this. I've always said public relations needs public relations, and we're already doing a good job. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Well, the secretary, is there any committee chair? I see General SK. Would we take his report before we go? General SK Usman, Chairman.
And if Stanley Ogadi go for FCT.
Oh, okay. Well, FCT, sorry, let's take FCT.
Good evening and thank you so much. It's okay.
General, please, let's take FCT. We'll come back to you, sir.
All right. Thank you.
FCT chapter.
Hello, good evening, Chair.
Yeah, sorry for not calling FCT, but I expected you would have come in on your own.
No problems at all. We are all together. Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Thank you, leaders in the industry, my fellow chairmen on board. Well, just to also support the chairman and the vice in thanking all of us for the job well done. The FCT is happy to have hosted the grand finale. And then we appreciate all of you for
FCT,
your cooperation
FCT
while we
chapter.
stayed in Abuja.
Hold it, FCT chapter.
And sir.
Did you say you hosted the grand finale?
Of course, what? Oh, did you do it where? Is it not FCT you did it, sir?
We hosted it.
Okay.
We hosted it.
Then we are supporting this. Okay, go ahead.
Okay,
chair, please, our chair is correct. So we do respect.
we did a number of projects like we all have seen.
Yes.
And then we are happy to have done what we did. The ones remaining, we'll still take them up and then report appropriately. So thank you very much for the opportunity. And then we look forward to working very closely in subsequent events. Thank you.
Thank you so much, FCT chapter. You actually demonstrated that you have the big heart, because I know your dinner alone was over 3 million naira, the one you hosted free for all the fellows that were around, and we had a nice time. I also know that your carnival got over 2 million naira, and yet you did not complain. We really appreciate you for the effort. I only sympathize with you when we go to Lagos, because Lagos is planning to spend 50 million on our next activities.
That would be great, sir.
Okay, so thank you.
One family.
Yes, it looks really.
Thank you, sir.
Yes. So, Secretary, please call the chairman of Security Committee.
The chairman is listening to you, sir. No need.
Okay,
good evening.
Go ahead,
sir. Good evening, Mr. Chairman, Vice Chairman, and esteemed members of this committee and chapter chairs. Mine actually is more or less like gratitude, in the sense that first, the opportunity to serve in that capacity and my committee members. And secondly, to specifically thank all those who contributed one way or the other to the success of the Diamond Anniversary. In specific terms, I would like to thank the chair of Niger State and the FCT for going out of their way to support the Security Committee to ensure that everything was hitch-free. And we thank God that we have not recorded any untoward incident throughout, both in Minna and Abuja, and we hope to improve on it if in subsequent events. So I would like to thank everyone and for the opportunity to serve and contributing to the success of the Diamond Anniversary. Thank you so much.
YPO, sir?
Well, again, thank you. There are areas we can improve on, and we all agree to that. I think we should look at those areas so that next time we'll be able to do much better than we did. But a learning curve for all of us. Right? And security, at least we had no major challenges or adverse challenges. So well done. Well done, sir.
Thank you so much, Council Member.
Thank you so much.
SK Osman, retired. We appreciate the efforts you have put into ensuring that we got the right security advice each time we had to revert to you for counsel. We thank God too that everybody got to our venues and returned safely. Nothing very serious. And we pray that God will continue to keep us. And as we plan for sustaining the celebration till June next year, that every one of us will be part of that activity, whatever activity we agree to have on the 1st of June, 2025. And we'll all be in good health. At this point, let me at least invite one of the awardees. Well, first of all, let me say that this morning at our review meeting, we saw a gap in the information that comes from the chapters. We don't seem to have enough flow of information coming to the National Secretariat from the chapters so that the Directorate of Public Relations can reflect that in our publications, whether it's on the website, on social media handles, or even the magazine we're hoping will start soon. I know that the Director of Public Relations already has come up with strategies to improve upon that. But we considered the need for us to put an award that every month we'll get a chapter, win an award for the most engaging story they have provided. So whatever story came from you that is hosted on our website or social media handle and any of the platforms of the Institute, the one that gets most engagement, that chapter will be rewarded in a month. So every month we are going to have the chapter with the most engaging story. So the chapter chairman here should please take it home. We want to have more and more reports about activities in the chapters on our official social media handles and on the website. Please work with the Director of Public Relations to take advantage of that offer. And I hope that chapters have cashed their token of 100,000. We believe that as things get better, things can also get better by way of the rewards that we give. So thank you so much indeed. Let's have one of the awardees say something on behalf of other awardees. But then there are many of us that are yet to actually receive their awards. I know Haji Arabi is here now. Thank you for joining us. What we agreed is that we would not give awards by proxy, but as the celebration rolls from city to city up to 2025, once there is an event in Lagos, for instance, we would notify all those that are living within and around Lagos who may wish to take their awards there, so that as much as possible, we don't just give it to you privately, we give it to you at an official national platform of the Institute. And so please, if you know somebody who is here to take his award, let them know that any event we have, once it is anywhere close to where that award winner can come and take it, you should just let us know. So we schedule you already. On Thursday, during the special induction we're having, we already have about 14 or so people that are award winners that couldn't take it on Thursday, 27th of June. They will be taking it on the 11th of June here in Abuja. And we will continue to do that across the zones. So let's please pass that information. Dr. Suleyawu, you have received yours. Do you want to speak on behalf of the awardees, please?
Good evening, members. Good evening, Chairman, and members of the committee. I wish to use this medium to thank everyone that participated in this exercise. Honestly, since 1992, when I joined this institute, I always look for this kind of proactive engagement. And I also want to see a situation whereby those who have really contributed to this institute are rewarded. And thank God, things have started taking shape. I was never in the picture that I will be recognized. So also many other people that have been recognized. This is an honor, and this is a right step, and this will further encourage other members to do more for the Institute. Honestly, I feel honored, and I want to register my sincere gratitude to the Institute and also to members of this committee. Thank you very much. And on behalf of other recipients, I want to officially and formally thank the Institute for this honor. And also all members that have done their best to see the success of this diamond anniversary. Thank you most sincerely. Let's push on. This is where we eat from. We need to make it strong. We need to push on with the NIPR. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Council Member Dr. Sule Yao Sule. And congratulations once more for your Lifetime Achievement Award.
Thank you so much.
At this point, we would simply say that those of us that are yet to win awards, we believe that successive leadership of the Institute, God will give them opportunity to recognize us. And we are also not done yet. For the period, we have the opportunity to contribute towards how the Institute is, its activities are shaped. I believe that there will be more opportunities to reward every one of us that is contributing. So do not despair if you were not part of those that were so recognized. We thank you so much. Let's now allow YBO, if you agree, what we may call any other business, which you may please preside before we close. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank you very much. Yes, indeed, people like you deserve an award, and many like you who didn't receive. And it's very magnanimous of you not to give it to yourselves. We talk about values and ethics, and that is what is prevailing here. Thank you very much. Do we have any other business? Any other business? Anybody would like to just make any comment about what happened, what we could have done, what we did? Yes, please.
Yeah, can I speak, please?
Yes, I can't see it from here, but please tell me who this is.
This is fellow Sajo, Chair Colloquium Committee.
Yes, fellow. Yes, please. Please go.
Yes, sir. I just made an observation and a request. If the main committee can recommend a token for some of the rapporteurs that helped in putting the report, capturing the event.
Just put it in your report or your. I know you have made that request. Just make it formal through your report or by an email. We would address it as appropriate, sir.
So thank you very much. Thank you, sir.
And of course, I must thank you because you spent money on the survey instrument. I tried to encourage you so we can refund you. You still refuse to do that. We thank you so much. YBO, sir.
Yes, sir. So any other person? Any other person? Any other person?
Recording in progress.
Sorry, I need. Okay.
Yeah, you need to unmute, sir.
So if there be any other person, I would like to make.
Yes.
Good evening, sir.
Okay.
Please go on.
Okay, just to add to that, Dr. Sajo too should also be appreciated. He donated a brand new bus for the event, and then not only that he did that, he also fueled it all through. And like the Vice President said, we wanted to compensate him again. He said no. I felt it needs to also be mentioned. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you, DPR. And I think I think all members of the committee should get definitely letters of commendation, or perhaps certificates of commendation, and I'll leave maybe the vice president will think about all members of the committee, so that at least that can also be for posterity, at least to start with. I think it must be from the president, which would then include the vice president, at least to start up with that. My recommendation, I don't know who will support that like a motion.
I really don't think we need a motion. Would take it as a recommendation.
I support the motion, but it will sound like self-serving. But honestly, you are right. But I support it.
Okay, we will.
Support it.
Mr. Vice President.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Vice President, I think it is normal when a committee executes its assignment successfully. It's either an appreciation letter or commendation. I think I support the motion by Mr. YBO. It's a good thing. It's an encouragement for members.
Or a query.
That is the opposite. Thank you, Mr. President. Vice President.
YBO, please take charge of it. Let's implement it.
Okay.
I don't think the president would have any objection.
Okay. So I'm still going to need the secretary, please. We need a list of all members of the committee. We'll design a
members that were active.
Yes, members that are active. Yes, would need a list. We'll design a certificate, and then we'll print for everybody, and then we'll get it out.
That's very good.
Observation, sir.
Yes, sir.
I will want to suggest that you delegate the selection of those who are to be given recommendation letter to the chairman subcommittees. They are the ones that can actually know who and who put in one or two things together to make this thing done. Thank you.
That's a good suggestion.
Yeah, but I believe that has been done. We had asked secretary to liaise and get the list earlier on. There was not what we used in getting the tags. Secretary, were you not in touch with the chairman?
Yes, sir, I was.
Okay.
Some of them didn't send, but some sent.
Okay, so you go through the same process.
Okay, sir.
Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, Vice Chairman, I think we have to thank you more. Actually, you said we are going to have it very well when we attended Abuja, and we had it very well through the secretary, because we have been tagged and we have it very successful to be admitted. With this certificate, actually, you have placed us higher. I think my organization will call back to say thank you and God bless everyone in NIPR family. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. YBO, you are still in charge, sir.
Thank you. Any other contribution? If we are geographically okay, it would have been a nice thing for all of us to get together, but we know that's not possible because of the fact that we are in different places. But at least let's start with this recommendation.
You can host us at PR Week 2020.
Yes.
You are full of ideas. Think of a better way.
Yeah, well, I'll think of something that we can do, because it was a good outing. Despite whatever flaws may have gone, it was a good outing.
Yeah. I don't think that.
Yes, it was a good outing. Yeah.
It was.
Yeah.
It was
Really
most
thank God.
honestly. Well done, everyone.
And I want to also comment within the time frame, because all this started after NPRW. Before it wasn't as if there, a lot of work. We want to commend our indefatigable chair. Well done for leading valiantly. I know we've said it before, but we'll still say it again. We keep on saying it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you. To say a very big thank you to our chairman. He did a very good job, very brilliant job. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
And the vice, YBO too.
Thank you.
Well,
Thank you.
you too. Well done as usual.
Thank you.
Thank you.
YBO
You're welcome.
has been very phenomenal all through. It's
Yes.
Thank you.
Always, since he left AGM in Abuja, he has not rested. You know?
Honestly.
I can imagine.
Honestly.
It's almost like he got double punishment for always propping.
Honestly,
You need to do things differently. You know.
Yes, sir.
The good thing,
May God
the
strengthen
good thing
you.
about him is that he brought to bear his experience as APRA president, and we are so happy, right from Abeokuta up.
I think Abeokuta was the precursor for what we now did in Abuja.
Exactly.
Yes.
I think, and between Abeokuta and Abuja, you won't believe how many people now have faith in us. You know, people talking to us, saying that somebody still came. There was a lady in my office, Mr. Vice President. She was calling you from my office.
Yes.
Who wants to join?
She paid
so came to me that I must
430
sign.
this evening.
Yes. Yes, she said so. She said you pay. I said, will you get your company to pay for you? Because I know her CEO and they are clients of ours. If I had spoken to the MD that, look, you must pay these fees. She said, no. He said, if he gives her the money back, fine. But she wants to just be a member of NIPR. She wants to get involved very quickly. Do you know the number of people who have come to me and said they want to be part of even NPRW next year?
I can only imagine.
Yes. So I think we're in the right direction. We're doing the right things.
Absolutely.
We are moving very fast. But every time you switch on something, you see something about NIPR. We see something about NIPR. And there are good things. It's almost as if for the first time, we're even overshadowing our advertising brothers. Yeah. You know, I am close to them. But almost for the first time. Before we are like, we usually consider ourselves their poorer cousins.
Yes.
But now it's as if we are the ones doing the bigger things.
Yes. And
we are the ones doing the bigger.
Yeah. God.
In fact,
forward ever.
It will interesting to know that a Nigerian ambassador to one of these countries who just got back this afternoon registered both himself and his wife. They are entering the master class tomorrow. He said, he said they followed our activity from a station in Europe. You know, so we thank every one of you for making it possible. But what it means is that we must sustain excellence. We must from one level to the other. And we will continue to count on every one of us.
Mr. President, Mr. Vice President, there are a few other things.
Yes.
The logo, we haven't rested.
Yes.
Because immediately I got back from Abeokuta, Abuja, as I was landing in Lagos, and I switched on my phone. Some guy, he's the brand expert. I don't know how many of you know. His name is Charles Otudo.
Yes.
He just said, Egbon, your logo is tired. It needs refreshing. I think he knew what we were trying to do. Yes. If the angle that we went through is not giving us the result we are looking for, let's go through another one. From what I saw, largely, I'm not sure we need to really unbundle all that logo. Perhaps we need to tweak it. There are things that we didn't get right. In some places, we're talking about professionalism and excellence. In other places, we are writing leadership, excellence, and professionalism. We've got to be consistent. And I think it's one of the things that, even though 60th has gone, we need to pay attention to and decide what we want to do with the logo. I believe that. I like the leadership. We agreed. And I think council also approved it. So it's good. So, but we've got to work it. We've got to work it.
Thank you so much, sir. Actually,
Yes.
leadership is to come in at the unveiling of the new logo. We are
Okay. All right.
at the level of professionalism and excellence. Leadership is a new motto that has been added to those two variables. Not to come when we're unveiling the new logo, but at the point the creative services got it mixed up, and we ended up having some of the events carrying that. But that is good. At least it has tested it, so we know that it's not a bad motto after all. I think that you should encourage the brand experts to key into the process instead of us looking for a different approach. If he has proposals, he can give us.
Yes, I thought so. You know, because he is a brand expert in his own. He runs a company called I've forgotten his name, but Oxygen. I think Brand Oxygen or something like that. So he does brand.
So we cannot commission him specially to do that. We have commissioned.
We can. I mean, we'll just have to. I'll have a discussion with him. Let me leave that with me, Mr.
Yeah,
Chairman.
but I would rather he keys into the open contest than for us to give him a special.
Just give it to him.
He's a leader in that category. He won't do open contest. He's bigger than that one. You know, he won't do. He's a leader. It's like saying a professor should come and do the work of
No. A professor, if there is a call for grant, a professor will submit his proposal as well.
I know, but I'm saying at that level, he won't do that. He won't do the open one. I know. I mean, I know him. I know. He just said it out of the blue. Let me talk to him.
If he has proposal, he can feel free to put his proposal forward. But what will be of interest to us will be the designs, not to begin to discuss business.
Yeah, that's what it is.
To bring design to us.
Yeah.
We have quite some that came in. We will return to them as you work with the Lagos chapter to find a date for us. And all that we pray is that as many people as have new designs, they should bring them in so that we can look at them. Thank you so much.
All right.
Maybe our chair, maybe for the love of what the NIPR is doing, the man might decide to do it free of charge to the institute. You never can tell. He might not be interested in charging us any money.
Exactly. Also, if he gives us what we want and wants us to pay for it, and we have the money for it, why not? What we speak about is to say, okay, let's have discussion with him to say we are commissioning him to do something for us, because that will mean that all the submissions we have received, we are saying they are not good enough. But even if they are not good enough, let's have something better, and then we have reason to jettison them than to have this ones and begin to give somebody sole solicitation.
Yes, absolutely.
That's just where I am a little I'm a little shaky.
Yes, so, I think Mr. Chairman, you are right. That's
so YBO, you can navigate around that.
I will. Be rest assured, I will.
Thank you so much.
I will.
So thank you, dear distinguished fellows and members of the Institute. We thank our media partners, the NTA, Nigerian Television Authority, AIT, which is African Independent Television, Federal Radio Corporation of Nigeria. By the way, we are very soon we are going to start the foundation laying of our new office at the Radio House. The FRCN has gone very far, and I'm happy to mention this. And I think we should claim it as part of the goodies that came with the Diamond Anniversary. So we believe that
definitely
before we finish this our 1-year anniversary, we would occupy that office. So let's continue to thank these partners that some of us were part of the process of bringing them our way. And we would continue to solicit your counsel with respect to some of the steps you think we need to take to consolidate upon this partnership and to expand, to bring in more partners. Thank you very much indeed. We would call another meeting so that we can, by then we'd have harvested all the reports, and we'll build what are the next steps that we have gotten from the reports. YBO also is working on what are those campaigns we would need to launch to sustain. We have, of course, planned to have documentaries. We also have airtime now. We are getting so many stations now willing to give us 1 hour slot to design our customized program that we call Reputation Matters. The FRCN DG and its leadership only last week said they are giving us also 1 hour. We know that Voice of Nigeria has given us, AIT has given us, NTA has given us, and Voice of Nigeria also offered. So please, let's begin to put our thinking caps, because we will use all this to build the sustainability campaigns that we talked about at the beginning. Thank you, and God bless you. Please rest well. Be kind to your spouse.